For days, I have ripped our quarterback far worse than Woody Johnson. And yesterday, Fields was named the starter for this weekend. Whether you're excited or whether you're angry, let's get fired up. Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse or any stranger, the unthinkable becomes a reality. Justin Fields will start for us versus the Bengals later today. I can't believe it. I was actually live online yesterday when the news broke, and it left me absolutely speechless. I hate to say this. I'm usually very positive. I'm probably the most optimistic Jets fan you'll ever meet. But with the news that Fields will be under center this weekend, possibly the foreseeable future, I did not view this as good news. Um, Bummer. That's all I can say. If I had to sum this up with one word, it would be bummer. The truth is, I think we're just missing too many key pieces. I, for one, was looking forward to Tyrod airing it out. I know he threw a couple of picks in the last game, but at least he was pushing the ball down the field. At least he was trying. At least he was throwing the ball at all. Regardless of what outcome I expected, I figured Tyrod would at least make it a fun game to watch. Now, that will not happen. All I can do is say that, I hope that Fields' legs are right. I hope he's got his mobility back, and I hope that he can manage to do something, anything, any positive sign, any sign that can give us some kind of encouragement. Please. But when we're going up against probably the best wide receiver tandem in the entire league, we're missing Garrett Wilson and Josh Reynolds from an offense that's already not lighting. Now, something that I like in a Brandon Stevens, we have Jarvis Brownlee starting this weekend. Jarvis Brownlee, for those of you who don't know, played his college ball 2 years under Willie Taggart and 2 years under Mike Norvell with the Seminoles, just like my guy, Azarie Thomas, who also played for Coach Mike Norvell, just like Jermaine Johnson did. Florida State guys, nothing but dogs. You guys know how Jermaine is. You've seen how Brownlee is, and now we get to see AZ. That is something I'm looking forward to. 2 out of our 3 starting corners this weekend came from Florida State. And you guys know I love Florida State.
I'm Rickie, New York, and I love to smoke. Florida State, I really love Florida State. Hey, easy, Thomas, you know it's from Florida State. At any rate, I call into smoking debate. Florida State, I really love Florida State. At any rate, thanks for taking my call, G.
While we're on the story, and I'm going to relate this to the situation that the New York Jets are in right now. Not this season, but one season ago, the off season before last year. Florida State had a choice between two quarterbacks, Cam Ward and another guy. Well, Cam Ward was going back and forth between Florida State and Miami and had basically kind of got us in a bidding war with the NIL money. And the price just kept going up and up. And it got to the point where it was ridiculous. So Florida State decided not to pay Cam. They went with option number B, a reclamation project, DJU. They picked the wrong quarterback, and the team suffered because of it. The guy was awful. He could not be coached up. And Florida State went on to win only one game, and they got embarrassed week after week. Probably the worst quarterback play I think I've ever seen. Hands down. And it cost them a year. It was basically just a wasted season because they picked the wrong quarterback. And I feel like that's where we're at with Justin Fields right now. It sucks, but that's the reality. We picked the wrong quarterback. We're saddled with him for the year. This year is going to be a lost season. Now, if you guys want some good news, good Jets related news, I always try to find some positives. This is as close as can come to yesterday. On Saturday, the New York Jets head of college scouting and a group of others were in attendance for the Alabama-South Carolina game. They were there scouting and evaluating both South Carolina quarterback Lenora Sellers and Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. At the same time, there was also Jet scouts who were in attendance for the Indiana game to scout and evaluate Fernando Mendoza. Plans at quarterback are going to be for the future. Well, there's a big hint right there. Makes me happy to know that they're out there scouting these guys. They're looking at the next step and where this team's going to head in the future. Mendoza is my guy. Threw a couple of touchdowns yesterday. One of them on the run, extending the play. He took a shot at the end of the play, but still delivered the long ball to a guy who was wide open for a touchdown. Really nice play on his part. While he was on, also had a long touchdown run. For people who saying that he's not that mobile, whatever, you know what? He's plenty mobile enough. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not a guy like that, but he moves plenty good enough. That being said, you know, that's the future. That's not right now. We got a game at 1:00 today. And you know what? I got to fall back into that old Jets mindset of, you know, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I don't have a lot of reason to be optimistic today, especially with Justin Fields starting. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to hope for the best. But like I said, I'm going to prepare for the worst. I don't expect a lot out of this matchup. If I have to be honest with you, I think we go out there and I think we're going to get smoked.